who was I gonna? Oh, and below them, the co-main is fucking, like I said earlier, it's Cowboy and Nico Price, and that's at 170 as well, and that's a good fight, just because like they're both like kind of wild, and they're like like they're not playing around, like they're going in there to fucking swing, but it's really weird because it feels like not that long ago that Cowboy was on like this crazy winning streak. And he was fucking people up left and right, and people are talking about titles and like, oh, like what's going on? Like, what's he gonna do? But then they decided to throw the top 3 lightweights in the world at him, and somehow everybody was like, dude, after the McGregor loss, everybody was talking unbelievable amounts of shit about Cowboy, and I'm like,
which is just stupid because McGregor is fucking amazing.
Dude, so let me just give you this lineup, okay? So he's on like a 4-fight winning streak or something, and he had just had this like great, this like really amazing performance against Al Iaquinta, who is the guy that Khabib fought to win the title. So like, he's not someone to mess around with. This is a real fucking. These are all like that's the thing that a lot of people don't understand is like.
Yeah, these are world class
fighters.
Like could beat any fucking Joe who gets drunk and wants to bar fight.
Dude,
like,
not just any Joe.
Any amateur.
Yes, that's the key. People who know how to fight get decimated by these people. They are elite athletes.
Wasn't there some type of like show or series or something? I don't think it was with McGregor, but it was like a professional fighter and like a bunch of amateurs.
The Ultimate Fighter.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I've seen that before.
UFC.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, they're working on a new season. I don't know who's going to be the coach.
Did McGregor ever do one of those?
Yes.
Okay, so I watched the McGregor one, the first couple of episodes, and like there was like people talking like shit to McGregor, like he could beat him, and he fucked him up. Like,
wait, which guys?
I forget. They were they were amateurs fighters. Yeah.
I don't think they were, because I know was it like they were all like sitting in a crowd and then they fucking like went and scuffed.
I forget what it was. I think McGregor was like he was talking to someone like, oh, you're fighting like a bitch or something, and like the guy tried to like come at him. McGregor was just like fucking try me, buddy. Like,
so okay, there was one instance of.
It's just emotion.
They were taking
like,
a
they didn't
picture.
actually fight.
Yeah. They were taking a picture, okay? And the two teams are sitting across from each other, and he was talking shit about TJ Dillashaw, who's not an amateur. He was like, I think he was world champion at the time.
Okay.
And the guy who was sitting there on the bleachers next to him, the guy who really went in and shoved McGregor, that guy is Cody Garbrandt, and he was world champion after TJ Dillashaw. So
they weren't even like scrappy amateurs.
Yeah, not an amateur. Not an amateur.
My bad,
no, they
guys,
were
don't
training.
come after me.
They were training amateurs. That's what they do on the Ultimate Fighter. They have a team of people, and they have to. It's like a reality show, but it's I haven't like really sat down and watched it like all the way through, but I've seen a lot of clips, and it's pretty good TV, to tell you the truth. It's as far as reality shows go, I mean, like it's kind of good.
Yeah.
But either way, so Cowboy was on this big winning streak, beats Al Iaquinta, and then they're looking for an opponent for Tony Ferguson. Do you know who that guy is?
I've heard the name.
Okay.
Can't say I remember him. Is he big? He's got to be pretty big.
Big
no,
now.
like a big
Popular?
name. Yeah. That's what I meant.
Yes.
Okay, I've definitely heard
he's
his
a big
name around then.
He is. I believe he might be number 2 in the world right now for lightweight, if not number 1. He's been the number 1 contender at lightweight for a couple years. Like, he was on a 12-fight winning streak until like a couple months ago when he lost to Justin Gaethje. But Tony Ferguson, like, he had the longest winning streak in lightweight history, which worked to sell the fight, because in addition to him having the longest winning streak, Cowboy also had the most wins in the UFC and the most finishes in the UFC.
Oh shit!
Because he's a fucking killer, dude. Like, all these guys are, but especially Cowboy and Tony, I think was. I remember seeing that and I was like, dude, I don't know. I'm like, this was when Cowboy was fucking. He submitted Mike Perry. He dominated Al Iaquinta, and he fucking knocked the hell out of Rick Story too. And I was just like, dude, what is gonna happen? Like, I don't even know. And I guess it got stopped by injury. But Tony was winning the fight. He was going to win.
Yeah.
So Tony Ferguson's the number 1 contender, and they go, all right, what's next for Cowboy? Let's give him Justin Gaethje, who at the time was probably like number 3 or number 4, and he also has rocks in his gloves. You know what I mean? Like, he's fucking, he's a killer.
They're throwing fucking everything at this guy.
He's a killer. He's like absolutely wild. I think he's the. Okay, here's something that'll probably tell you a bit about who Justin Gaethje is. He is I want to say he's like an NCAA collegiate, or like he's a championship level wrestler. I can't say the exact organization or what exactly his achievements are, but I'll say he is a very, very accomplished wrestler, and I believe he's like a national champion. He has zero. I think he has 0 takedowns in the UFC.
Wow.
None.
Really?
Like, because he just walks out and he just wants to
knock
fight.
people out.
He just wants to fight. And in every single fight that he's been in, either he has knocked the other guy out or he got knocked out himself. When people say that, like, oh, I'm gonna get knocked out or I'm knocking him out, like, not everybody fucking like means that. But
it's to sell the fight. Half the time.
He's crazy. He's crazy. I love that guy. He's wild. But he fought Cowboy, and I love Cowboy. Cowboy is skilled enough to beat anybody, but it's just like a matter of what's going to happen. When you put them in the cage together, what's going to happen? Gaethje got him. He knocked him out. And then after that, he went and fought McGregor, who's arguably the greatest striker that's in the company.
Ever been in the UFC.
And he fucking sniped him, dude. He's a sniper. McGregor's a sniper. Yeah. And so people like, I literally heard people say this yesterday. They were saying like, dude, like, Cowboy sucks.
Oh,
and I was on. It was.
What was
like
it? The people of the voice you were doing it for?
Yeah. And it was over the phone. I was like, no. You know what? No, that's not it. Stop it. That is such bull. Like, he is not bad. What are you talking about? He is elite, world class fucking talent.
Cowboy fucking sucks.
So technically skilled. Like, you just don't the experience.
That is pretty
it's just
absurd
like, what
to
are you
say.
talking about? What are you talking about? And actually, he did fight after the McGregor loss on the same card that Tony and Justin Gaethje fought on, and he fought Anthony Pettis. And it was actually very scuffed because it was I thought it was a clear 2-1 victory for Cowboy, but the judges scored it 3-0 Pettis. And I was like, excuse me? I'm like, what are you I'm like, dude, he needs that win. Like, what are you talking about? Like, he's on a losing streak. Like, fuck you. Like that is the wrong time to make a bad call.
Yeah.
You know? But either way, he's fighting Nico Price tomorrow.
Exactly.
Nico Price is crazy.
With the whole, like, oh, Cowboy, like, sucks thing, I don't even think that's like a UFC or, like, MMA thing. That's just an athlete thing in general. Mm-hmm. You know how many times I've heard, like, fucking LeBron James loses together. LeBron James sucks. It's like, dude, he's, like, 3rd all-time in scoring, like, 2nd in assists, fucking, like, top 10 in rebounds. Like, he's so, like,
they're sitting there with the Bud Light and the fucking the chili fries in their hand. They're like, kick the bloody ball. Keep the ball.